ఇక్కడ కొట్టే నేను చేసుకుంటాను వెళ్ళిపో. So good morning students. Today we are going to continue our topic, that is in the last classes we have seen the types of pollutants and what are the different pollutants, that is your agricultural pollutants, organic pollutants, inorganic pollutants. Next is your biotic pollutants. All these we have completed. Now in the last previous class we have started the topic, new topic, that is sources of pollution. In the sources of pollution we have seen the domestic waste, next is agricultural waste, and today we are looking at the industrial effluents. This is your topic, industrial effluents. We are looking at our next topic, that is industrial effluents. That is nothing but industrial waste, or this is called as industrial waste. So these industrial waste, we are going to see these industrial waste. From where we'll get industrial waste? These are the waste, that is unwanted and unusable material is known as waste. So this waste material we are getting from the industries like tannery industry. See here, tannery industry. Next is textile industry. Next, paper industry. Generally steel industry, steel industries, aluminum industries, electrical industries. From all these sources we are getting these waste material which is released into the environment, and these are nothing but generally oils, grease. These are oils, grease, plastic from the electric industry. Next, metals. Metals also we are getting. Next we are getting phenols, H2SO4, toxins. All these are released into the environment, and all these cause serious pollution problems to the living organisms, including plants, animals, and human beings. And today let us see some of the industrial waste, that is mercury. Already we have discussed this mercury during inorganic pollutants, and this mercury, when it is consumed by the living organisms, when it is released into the water bodies, that is lakes, when it is released into the lakes, from the lakes and ponds, it will be taken by phytoplanktons. From phytoplanktons to zooplanktons, from zooplanktons to fish, from fish to bird, from bird to humans, or directly fish is consumed by humans and it will enter into this. Now when mercury enters into the fish, such fish which is eaten by the human beings, in humans it causes a disease called minimata disease. This leads to the brain damage. This leads to the nervous system damage, brain damage, convulsions are observed, that is it leads to epilepsy, that is kidney diseases, liver disorders. All these are caused because of this minimata disease, because of the entry of this mercury into our bodies. Not only that, when infants are there, these infants, that is small children, in them the bone formation will be damaged, so it will be restricted and the bones are not fully formed, and that will leads to some type of rickets or polio like structures. Not only that, this mercury, when it enters into our body, it leads to headache, fatigue. Fatigue means very allergy, that is you will become very weak, and you will be observing your anxiety, and it will lead to the loss of appetite also. When there is no appetite, you will become weak, and when you will become weak, that will lead to fatigue, that is you don't want, you will become very lazy, and that will lead to anxiety, and that anxiety will lead to hypertension. All these are caused because of this mercury. Coming to the next one, that is lead. It is known as Pb. Mercury is Hg. Now this lead is produced from the gasoline industries, that is from the pipelines it will be released, from the lead industries it will be released, from the electric industries, electrical equipment industries, it will be released. And these will be released into the environment through the gas pipes and into the through the exhaust pipes also. When it is released, it will lead to, when it is inhaled, see here, when lead is inhaled, and this immediately combines with hemoglobin. This becomes lead hemoglobin, and this lead hemoglobin, it reduces oxygen carrying capacity. It reduces the oxygen carrying capacity, and so the human beings becomes anemic. The human beings will become anemic, and it will lead to anemia. That is, there is no RBC in our body. It results in the infection of liver and kidneys. It leads to the damage of our liver and kidneys. Next comes your zinc. Next comes is your zinc. Zinc will be released from the zinc refineries. From the refineries, it will be released, and from the smelters also it will be released. Smelters and refineries, it will be released, and this will be released into the environment from the copper and lead as well as steel industries. From the copper, lead as well as steel industries, this zinc will be released into the environment. When it is released into the environment, it forms zinc oxide. It will be converted into zinc oxide, and these zinc oxide fumes are released into the environment, and they are very, very toxic, cause cancers in human beings. Now coming to your nickel. This nickel is nothing but it is also carcinogenic to the human beings, and it is released into the atmosphere from electric goods. From the electric goods, it will be released. From the household appliances also, it will be used. Mixies, grinders, wet grinders, next your refrigerators, ACs, from all these household equipment also it will be released. Appliances also it will be released, from the fans, TVs, from all these, from electric goods, household appliances, and chemical and petroleum products also. That is, when you drive a vehicle, from the chemical and petroleum products also, this nickel will be released into the environment. This leads to cancer in humans. Next is coming to the asbestos. Asbestos is released into the environment from asbestos industries, from the flooring pipes, from the cement pipes, from the flooring products, next roofing products, asbestos sheets, from all these fiber industries, this asbestos will be released into the environment. When it is released into the environment, it also causes cancer. It also causes cancers in human beings. Okay, next is your arsenic. Coming to the next product is arsenic. Arsenic is also a product of metal refinery industries. It is also released from metal refinery industries. It also causes, as usual, cancer in human beings, cancers, and it will be released into the environment. When a pollutant is heated, the radiation will be released into the environment, and the chief producers of this arsenic are thermal industries. Thermal as well as nuclear power plants. From the nuclear power plants, from the metal refineries, from the new thermal power plants, this arsenic will be released into the environment because of the heating and radiation substances also they are released and they convert into arsenic will be converted into a pollutant, and that will causes cancers in human beings. When you are using the hot water that is released from the thermal power plants into lakes, affects the aquatic life, some plants and as well as animals. Now coming to the last one, that is cadmium. That is CD. When cadmium, this is released from the electroplating. From the electroplating industry, not only that, from the welding industry and from the refinery industries. See here, from the refinery industries also it will be released, and this is also released by some pesticides. This is released from the pesticides as well as phosphate fertilizers. From the phosphate fertilizers also, this cadmium is released into the air, and it is poisonous at a very low level, and it accumulates in human liver and kidney. It affects liver and kidney. It causes hypertension and kidney damage. It may turn to be carcinogenic in humans. It causes cancers. So it leads to liver damage, kidney damage, as well as it will lead to BP, that is high blood pressure. It causes high blood pressure also. This is about the cadmium. That means a small amount, a very low level of, see here, or low level of cadmium causes all these diseases. Causes all these diseases. This is about your industrial effluents. Coming to the last one, that is your municipal waste. Coming to the next one, that is a municipal waste. Now, in this municipal waste, it is nothing but, it is commonly known as trash, or you can call it as a garbage. Okay, this is commonly called as a trash or garbage. It consists of everyday items that are discarded by public. That is nothing but your vegetable waste, kitchen waste, household waste. All these are nothing but when you cut a tree, dry branch, that also becomes the trash or garbage. Now, due to increase in population, urbanization, and the environmental pollution problem is becoming more and more complex. As we are as the population is increasing, and due to that increase in the urbanization, the environmental problem, population increasing in population, increase in population and urbanization, the environmental pollution problem is becoming more and more complex due to the gap between urban and rural. That is, see here, this is urban, that is cities, here villages are there. As city is growing more and more, that is, we are cutting the plants and we are increasing the land area for the construction, that for the urbanization or for the construction of houses. Between the urban, that is cities and villages, the gap is reduced. As the gap is reduced between the due to this gap between urban and rural is slowly reducing. As a result, the quantity of waste generation is also increasing in the society. That is, and the composition of the waste is becoming more and more diversified. That is why we are calling as the waste is municipal waste is diversified, means here, see here, we are throwing the litter, that is waste material from the household, kitchen. Next, not only that, from hospitals, from the restaurants, from the colleges, from schools, not only that, from all the anywhere, from the function halls, everywhere the garbage will be released into the environment. And due to that, this waste is becoming more and more diversified, and a different type of waste are released into the environment. Previously, it used to be only the household waste, as well as your kitchen waste is nothing but your municipal waste. But now the waste has become very diversified. that is littering of waste from cities, towns is major municipal solid waste. The waste from slums. Slums will release waste from hotels. Next, from restaurants. Not only that, from offices, hospitals. Is it or not? From hospitals, from commercial areas. Next is from slaughter. That is meat cutting places. Next, fish shops. Next, from the fruits, from the vegetable shops, vegetable markets, fruit markets. From all these areas, the waste is, municipal waste is released into the environment. Due to the decaying of these municipal waste, biodegradable waste, many microorganisms get attracted, and many microorganisms, that is due to the decay of biodegradable waste. These are all biodegradable waste. When they are released into the environment, this municipal waste, it will attract microorganisms. When it attracts many microorganisms, see here, due to the decaying of biodegradable waste, many microorganisms get attracted and may cause diseases to humans and animals. This causes diseases. These are the 4 different types of your sources of pollutants are. These are, that is, sources of pollutants are nothing but your one is your industrial waste, or it can be called as industrial effluents. Second one is agricultural. Third one is, you are see here, this is your municipal. And the fourth one is your domestic waste. These are the 4 different sources of pollutants that are generally released into the environment. So we have completed the pollutants, types of pollutants, and sources of pollution. All these we have completed. And in the next class, we'll look into the next one, that is major topics, that is your air pollution. Types of pollution, we'll look into the first is air pollution, next water pollution, as well as third one is your land pollution. These are the 3 major expected long questions. So we'll look into that thing. See here, municipal waste. Municipal waste is another type of waste, 4th type of waste, which is nothing but it is generally called as trash or garbage. And this is released into the environment from the household or by the public. Public will release this type of waste, and this is called as municipal waste. Every day, municipal personnel will come and collect the waste from our houses, that is known as municipal waste. Now, due to the increasing in the population, urbanization, and industrialization, all these are increasing. Population is increasing, urbanization is increasing, and industrialization is increasing. Due to that also, the trash will be released into the environment. Now, between the cities and the villages, the gap is reduced. Due to that also, the different type of municipal waste is released. That is, the waste types are diversified. That is, the waste is released from the slums, hotels, restaurants, offices, hospitals, commercial areas, slaughterhouses, next fish shops, fruits and vegetable markets. All these are released, and they are not collected by the municipal personnel. They are left over for 1 or 2 days like that. Then only they will collect it. Then the material becomes, that is known as municipal waste. That municipal waste will become, that waste will become or that material gets decayed. On the decayed material, many microorganisms get attracted, and these microorganisms, when they sit on that decaying material, immediately they cause diseases in the humans as well as animals. This is known as a municipal waste. Now, till now we have seen sources of pollutants. One is industrial, one is domestic waste, next is agricultural waste, third one is industrial waste or industrial effluents, fourth one is municipal waste. So today we'll stop here. In the next class, we'll see the next, in the next class, we'll look into the next topic, that is types of pollutions. Okay, thank you, students.